しようとしている。どこへ行こうというんだ。虚ろはざる者。そうだというのか。違う。人はそんなに汚れてはいない。
あなた誰なの？
Hello everyone, I'm Cendril, and welcome to the 4-year anniversary video Let's Play of Breath of Fire 4. It's become a channel tradition as it plays again because I'm lowering the sound because I wanted the whole anime opening to to get a lot of play, but I can lower it here. Oh well. I'll be messing around with sound later, as per usual. If the sound, when the game actually starts up, is too loud or too soft, let me know in the comments, and I'll make a change after a episode or two, depending on how little bit I record ahead. It's become a channel tradition to play Breath of Fire to play a game from the Breath of Fire series in order on the channel anniversary. Because the very first Let's Play I did, for those of you that don't know, was the first Breath of Fire. And that's how I started out as a Let's Player. And so on anniversary time, it's been to do a Breath of Fire game. This is the 4th year anniversary, so it's Breath of Fire 4. It's a shame that this is the last game in the Breath of Fire series, but we will be having a lot of fun. So what am I doing for the 5th year anniversary? I have no clue, because again, this is the last game in the Breath of Fire series. Let me look here. That's cancel. Okay. No, that'll be fine. I'll just have to get used to that. Alright, so let's get started. The main character, per usual for Breath of Fire, is Ryu, and that's not going to change. I'm going to just keep Ryu the same way I have for all of them. And, I hope you enjoyed the whole anime style opening video. I'll be getting more into my feelings of Breath of Fire 4 and the game in general as we go through it.
It all started on the 3rd day after we left the castle. That morning, we'd entered the great desert on the Sandflyer. We were heading toward the town of Sinestra, the last known location of my sister, Alina. Sinestra lies on the edge of the desert. All we had to do was cross the desert. Look, Cray! A shooting star! We'll find her. Won't we, Cray?
Don't worry, Nina. We'll find her. I swear it. Chapter 1, Awakening.
Whew. It's hot out here. Oh, don't worry, Cray. I'm alright.
I was just thinking it's probably better if we don't move around during the day. Let's find some shade and wait until the sun goes down.
Really, I'm alright, Cray. Besides, I want to find my sister as soon as possible.
Calm down. We've come this far. Won't hurt to rest for a while. Not much of a change if we get there today or tomorrow. What the? A dragon? I'd heard there was a dragon in the desert, but I was hoping we wouldn't be lucky enough to find it.
Here it comes!
Hold on to something.
I've never heard of dragons attacking people before.
Even if it doesn't mean to attack us, we can't let it hit us. Blast it. No use, it's gonna ram us! It's no use. Sand's gotten into everything. Can't fix it. Not without any spare parts.
Do you think that dragon attacked us on purpose?
Hard to say. Haven't seen it since then either. Well, whether it did or not, we should be thankful that we crashed near the edge of the desert, not in the middle. Here, we're in walking distance of the towns along the desert border.
Do you think we can find the parts we need at one of them?
Probably. There's one small problem. If we leave our sand flyer here, we run the risk of it getting stolen by bandits. Not much point in going into town and coming back with spare parts if there's no sand flyer to use them on.
Alright then, Cray. I'll go.
But Nina...
I can't live my whole life with you looking out for me. For starters, what would my sister think?
Alright. You win, Nina. Let's see. If I remember right, there's a town called Sarai to the south of here. You might be able to find some parts there. Good luck, Nina. I'm counting on you.
Don't worry, I'll be back before you know it.
Here, take this. It's the King's Sword. Hope you won't need to use it, but better safe than sorry, right?
See you when I get back, Cray.
Safe trip, Nina. You watch yourself here. And welcome to Breath of Fire 4. Wait. Nina can do this because she can fly. Because wings. Nina starts off at level 5, so she's not level 1, she actually has some levels to her. She starts off with the Sever spell, which is level 1 wind magic. There are 3 levels to each element of magic. Something to know for later. If you played any other Breath of Fire, some of the stuff will look very familiar, especially if you played Breath of Fire 3 or you watched that Let's Play. Some stuff will look very familiar, but there are some changes in Breath of Fire 4. She knows heal. Light healing of one of the targets. The cool thing about Nina in this Breath of Fire and why she's one of my favorite Ninas is because she also acts as a healer, unlike some of her other iterations throughout the series. And she also knows Purify, which cures poison on one target. She's not just an offensive spellcaster like in a lot of the other games. Here she will also act quite a bit as a healer. But that doesn't mean she doesn't get some offensive spellcasting as well. Nina is by far a spellcaster. First and foremost. She has a baton, allows Nina to fire energy balls. Ranged. Now this will be important because of where you put party members in combat. And charming evening wear, fancy dress, and a hairband, which gives 1 defense, 5 defense, 2 weight, and 5 power, 1 weight. Weight makes your agility lower by the amount of weight. Agility is how fast you act in combat. Turn order, basically. There's that. We also start with 3 healing herbs, which restore 300 HP, and an Arum, which can be used in camp to learn skills from the skill scroll. If you remember Breath of Fire 3, you saw that. It's the same thing as the skill ink, where you could take skills from the scroll and then you could put them back for other people. Same thing, if I remember correctly. Like I said, Nina is first and foremost a spellcaster. Her attack power will be among the lowest, if not the lowest, in the entire party, out of everybody. But she is one of the best spellcasters, if not the best spellcaster. So it's a, up and down from there. She has her strengths and her weaknesses. And her defense her regular defense is really low, but her magical defense is pretty high, if I remember correctly. Right off the bat, we get to the main map. Now, you're going to be on the map a lot. It's very, very streamlined. You don't wander around too much. You just go from point to point, and then once you're at a point, you're in like a place. Kind of like Breath of Fire 3, but even more, the areas are really separated by the world map. When you get that symbol, it means that there's an event. And you can't move or anything. You're going to have to go to the event. So make sure before you move anywhere on the map that you're healed up just in case. And you've saved and you're ready for whatever. Now I know what this event is. This might be the Breath of Fire game I played the most. Somebody help me!
Huh? Oh, look at the size of that hole! That merchant and his goods must have fallen in.
Like so.
Just like this. There's something here. it's not attacking? It's not a monster, I guess. That was funny. For some reason, I wasn't scared at all. Huh? A person? Whoa! If you wouldn't mind, do you think you could put on some clothes? I'm sure you can find some in the carriage there. Oh, so you mean you're not working with that merchant who is here? How'd you get inside this crater then? Did you fall in? How'd such a big hole get here in the first place anyway? Did you see that monster that was here before? You know, the one that looked like a dragon or something? Wonder what it really was. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably don't know the answers to those questions any more than I do you? My name's Nina. I'm from Windia. What's your name? Ryu? Alright then, Ryu. Let's see if we can get out of here.
Yay, ingenuity!
So, Ryu, where are you heading to? You don't know? Then that means you're lost. Yes, it does. Admit it, you're lost. There's nothing to be ashamed about. I got lost a lot when I was younger. Alright then, Ryu. Why don't you come with me to the nearest town?
Ryu got King's Sword.
You can use this sword. You might need it. To get to town, we have to go through areas populated by monsters. Let's get going then, shall we?
Alright. We shall set up camp. And now there's a question mark there to mark the whole crash site that they were in. Where the big hole is. That's right, you actually do not start as Ryu. Funny enough. Yeah, you start as Nina, but you get Ryu shortly after. Ryu starts off at level 1. He has the King's Sword. Holy Attack has same effect as Protect. What does that mean? It means you can use the King's Sword as an item and it will cast Protect, which ups physical defense. Also has some clothing and no accessory. His agility is really low, his wisdom is really low. Wisdom affects magic attack and defense. Maybe. Defense may be everything. I don't remember when it comes to Breath of Fire games. Sorry. Power is, of course, physical attacking power, and defense is, well, defense. Ryu is a very balanced character overall, and when it's all said and done, he'll be your strongest character. Just like Ryu typically is in Breath of Fire. But for now, he's level 1. I'm going to change this, because if I don't, I'm going to keep pressing the wrong button. Let's see. I need the action. No, I need... There's no way to put cancel on the circle button. Well, expect me to press the wrong button a lot. Especially especially with all the other games I'm playing on the channel right now.
Don't worry, Ryu. There's bound to be someone in town who can help you.
You can rotate the camera. If you see up in the top left corner, it says 360 degrees, and it shows the camera like all the way around. That will determine how far you can move the camera. Sometimes it'll be just 90 degrees, so you can only turn it just a little bit, or sometimes it's 360 and you can go all the way around. You also have a compass to make sure that you don't get yourself turned around. At least not as much. Expect me to still get turned around. But there's that. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is show off a little bit of the combat. Before we go to the cliff, you see that question mark pops up? That's the same way as it was in Breath of Fire 3, where you would get random areas to walk around in. You'll get into combat, and you'll also... There's combat. You'll get into combat, and it will also... you can also find some items here. Here's our first enemy, Cap. Unknown, because I believe you have to scan them. These ducks are usually quite peaceful and rarely attack. Cap is staring off into space. Ryu hits pretty hard, even at level 1. And again, Nina doesn't attack very well. She's much more of a spellcaster. Some things to note already about Breath of Fire 4. I like that Ryu sheathes the sword like that. I think it's really cool. 2, I like the character models. And 3, the music in this game is really good from what I can remember. I do like the combat music in this game a lot. And I remember just a lot of the music in this game being really, really good. So look forward to that. Like I said, this is probably the Breath of Fire that I played the most. This is a PlayStation 1 game, and I think it was really close to the end of the PlayStation 1. Is when Breath of Fire 4 came out. There we go, there's your critical. Cap is guarding. Now, Nina doesn't have a lot of AP right now. That will change. She will end up having a ton of AP. But why don't I go ahead and use a little bit and show you Sever. Bye! And you got the Japanese talk. There's no way to change it to English, so you'll get just like the opening movie. And Ryu levels up. 1 power, 1 defense, 2 agility, 1 wisdom, 24 HP, and 1 AP. Next at 14 experience. So there's that. And those are all the stats, by the way. Power, defense, agility, wisdom, CP we'll get to later. HP and AP action points. Ryu doesn't have anything he can do with those yet. More on stuff as we... There it is. Found an antidote. So we're going to leave and then find a new place. Just to get a few things. Nothing here now except for the crater. Yeah, you can't go back. You just can walk along this little dotted line. Can't go back to the ship. There's a bandana. That's good. You want to find that. Sorry. Wrong button. Nina flies. You saw Ryu swing his sword. You'll actually use that in some puzzles. Every now and then. The bandana is actually better for Nina. While it lowers her agility by 1, she has a lot of agility anyway. And it gives her +1 defense from her hairband. But for now, we're going to give it to Ryu. Because defense. And he doesn't have anything equipped to that spot right now. Before I leave, I'd like to get into one fight. So you can see it's a random battle system. You walk around, you get into random battles. There are more enemies here than the Caps, trust me. I am looking for them, because there's a few things I'd like to learn. Yes, you can learn skills just like in other Breath of Fire games. Well, not other Breath of Fire games, excuse me. Just like Breath of Fire 3, sorry. And you can skip that as I just showed. You can skip the thing. Now, experience is split between the party. So if you get 18 experience, both characters get 9 right now. And then if we had 3 people, 18 experience, all the 3 of them would get 6. So just keep that in mind. The amount of experience you see is not how much each character is getting. It's split between the party. I like how Ryu swings the sword down. I can't remember the exact. There's a specific word for what he's doing. He's basically like cleaning the blade before he resheaths it, and there's a specific term for that, and it's leaving me right now. But still, really cool. So we got distracted. You can actually learn that, by the way. It just makes you stare off into space like that. But it is a learnable skill. I'll show you. To learn skills in this game, you guard. And there you go. You saw the exclamation point appear above Ryu's head. Ryu learned distracted. So now Ryu has it. I like how Nina guards as well, where she spins the staff. I also like how she spins the Wander Hand. I also like when she casts, she has it like floating around her magically. Really cool. Magic skills. So you see, distracted. There's Ryu's spellcasting animation. Now I can show it, which is so cool to, you know, move his hand across the blade and have it glow. Really awesome looking. That's just me. Now, a lot of people give this this game some guff. Ryu reaches level 3. 30 HP, 2 AP, 2 power, 2 defense, 1 agility, 2 wisdom. Because it's not like, because basically it's not like Breath of Fire 3, which is arguably the best Breath of Fire in the series. And I would probably say the same thing, that Breath of Fire 3 is the best Breath of Fire in the series, but maybe it's just because I played this so much that I just really like this one. Ooh, Aigu. Charge is basically everybody swinging, by the way, and escape is running from battle. Parry! Take no damage. Okay, continue to guard. Use the move. Nope. Bye. It's Ryu counter. Ryu can counter. That's a thing. You can learn rest from the Aigu, which in Breath of Fire 3 was not very useful. In this game, it's super useful. Like, I'm not joking. Rest is really, really good. I would like Ryu to have it. It would be extremely useful. At least I think it's rest I'm thinking of. You know, sometimes I get some of the moves mixed up between like this and Breath of Fire 3. But I really do like quite a bit about this game. It does have some flaws. I think people kind of talk about the flaws a lot and not what's really, really good about Breath of Fire 4. Like, I've already talked about some of it. The music's good. I like the character models. I said this was late PlayStation 1. I think it was a late PlayStation 1. It's PlayStation 1, but I can't remember when in the life cycle it was. I want to say it was late. Like, very late. So it looks good. I like, stare off in space. I like the, like, attack animations. Just the little things like that. So far, I can't go into much else because we haven't seen a lot else. Again, wrong button. Expect that to happen a lot. My apologies for it. They will, the caps can drop berries. Restores 50 HP to one target. So it's a small heal. Did I grab the pack from this area already? Let's leave and go to another one. At any time during the walk, before you get into, like, the question mark or anything, you can set up camp, which is just like, oh, didn't mean to. You can always move past the question mark as well. Just, press the button. Just press, you know, the directional button, in a way. So you can camp where you can rest and save and everything like that. Ooh, neat. Both of these have something I want. Burn! That is one of them. Now, no burn. And you saw it showed up in blue, which is important. That's good that it does that, because it could show up in blue, but nobody learn it. That's your cue to be like, hey, you can learn it, just nobody learned it this time, because it's a percentage chance. It may be based on a stat. I don't remember. Come on, use rest. There's burn again. Now somebody already knows burn, so you can't learn it like twice. I may have to have Nina attack it. I don't think she'll kill it. After you've beaten an enemy once, by the way, you can see their actual HP bar, and you get an idea of how much HP they have left after you swing. Burn. Ugh. Rest! Ah, perfect. And Ryu learned it. Good. There's rest. Rest gives you HP and AP back. Alright, let's get through with this battle. Ah, I clicked guard again. It doesn't go right back to attack. It actually remembers its spot, which I like most of the time. It's just that games lately have not been doing that. Attack, go back to attack. There we go. Yeah, the Mage Goo can take more. Rest. And rest, the best thing about rest is, it's free. 55 HP and 5 AP. Rest gets better as you level up. It's based on the caster's level, I believe. So, unlike rest, which was static in Breath of Fire 3, this rest gets better over time, which means it never truly gets it doesn't become worthless at like halfway or like a fourth of the way through the game. It will try to keep up with Ryu, so it's always useful to have. I could not have planned that out better for that to work out that way, for Ryu to have it. And I want Ryu to have it because he'll end up using a lot of AP eventually. You all should know what that means if you know anything about Breath of Fire. Heal yourself. And that'll work. Let's find the pouch thing here. There it is. Oh, green, you want to see. That means you have initiative, which means you get the first round for free. Nice crit, Ryu. And then combat will be like normal. Now, you do not want to see red. Red means that the enemy has initiative. Now, the chances of that happening are actually based upon it's either the party's agility or the leader's agility, and the leader is whoever's in the one spot. I always forget. Ryu's now level 4, 22 HP, 3 AP, 1 power, 2 defense, 3 agility, and 2 wisdom. Nina should be close to leveling as well. Next, 7. Hey, another healing herb. Awesome. Yeah, you can get some good stuff from here. So while you're getting a couple of levels, and trust me, you should get a couple of levels that'll just make things smoother in the next area. The actual, like, first area. Just get Ryu a couple of levels. And this is about right. Have, like, Nina, like, at 6 and Ryu at, like, 4. Like, when Nina levels, you should be good to go. There we go. Next, 107 experience. 3 power, 1 defense, 5 agility, and 2 wisdom. And 21 HP, 4 AP. I love that about this game. Some games don't. I love that about this RPG, that it tells you how much the stats went up, including your HP and AP. Instead of just, you got stats. You know, it's really nice. Okay, so we're going to head this way. We're not going to enter the place, we're going to set up camp. And I'm actually going to bring this first episode of Breath of Fire 4 to a close. So now that you've heard the sound, let me know if it's too light. Yeah, switch individual skills. Switching skills requires 1 RM, which is down there. But you can see who learned what. There's burn, and then distracted and rest. And this is a list of all the skills in all the learnable skills in the game. As you can see, there are quite a few. And yes, we want to save. Most of this is used up. I know what some of this is used up for as well. It's one of the Let's Plays going on right now, Legend of the Gaia. So we'll save there. These 3 should be good enough. If not, I can always go to a different memory card. Here's Ryu swing, by the way. You do this with the triangle button. So you can use it, like I said, for some puzzles and things like that. And B runs around. Then when you leave, you go back out to the world map. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you're really excited for this Breath of Fire. I hope you're excited for the channel anniversary. That the channel is now 4 years old now. And we've had a lot of great times. A lot of good times. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully the channel will just continue to grow and continue to get better. I continue to improve, and we just continue to have a lot of fun, and that the channel continues to grow, because that would be great. Until the next episode, where we're actually going to the first area, which is the cliff here, and see pretty much the same enemies. I think there can be one more enemy, but that's all I got of Breath of Fire 4 for now. Like I said, some people have mixed feelings of Breath of Fire 4. I think it's really good. It does have some hiccups and some things that are kind of annoying, but we'll get to those when they show up. But there's also a lot of good stuff in this Breath of Fire as well. Until next episode, I'm Cendril 9. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.